Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. I, of course, am Hammer, the founder of Originator Success, Grab and Go Social, and Rate Sensei. Welcome to my live. Hope y'all are having a great day. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and on YouTube, like my man Bill Stevens. Good morning, Mr. Bill Stevens. I can do that for real. So hope you are having a great day. Remember, if you would like a reminder that I am going live, we do send out a text alert just to give you the links and make it easy. You can go ahead and sign up for that reminder at hmmr.io/reminder, or you can use this cool QR code over here and sign up for it. If you're on your phone right now, take a screenshot. You can actually go back to your photos, press and hold. I know that works on the iPhone. I'm assuming it's probably similar on the Android, and it'll actually open up the app for you, open up the link for you, and you can go ahead and sign up. And again, we don't sell your information or do anything shady. While you're signing up for stuff, don't forget to sign up for our free email lock advice, www.ratelockadvice.com. Send out an email each and every day out to your inbox. That one's gone out already this morning. Ratelockadvice.com. We also have our text alerts. You don't have to spend a lot of money to protect your pipeline or stay alert on what's going on in the market. You can go ahead and sign up for our text alerts at ratetextalerts.com or use the QR code that you see on the screen as well. And while last but not least, the 2026 Vision Plan Workshop. So every year for the last it's been over 10 years, but I run a live 3-hour workshop. And this year I am really excited because I've incorporated a little bit more AI into it. I do see AI making leaps. I know that you all know I'm kind of anti-AI. However, we're building an AI agent or GPT, whatever you'd like to reference it as, where it'll actually help you. It's going to interview you, and it's going to give you a completed document that you can read and keep you focused for 2026 and have your vision for 2026. I'm not going to lie, 2025 was not the year for me that it should have been. And mainly it's because I did not complete my vision plan that I usually do. And I did not really have a great focus for the year. So I want to make sure it doesn't happen to you. There is so much to unpack on that. It's $67 right now. It'll go up next week. hmmr.io/2026 plan, or use this cool QR code over here. Again, it's 3 hours. If you can't make it live, it's December 30th on Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be totally quiet. You're not going to have any loan stuff going on that day. I promise you. It's that week between Christmas and New Year's. And if you can't make it live, sign up and you'll get the recording, go through the entire process. You'll get the ChatGPT plugin that you can use for this process as well. And it's the only time we sell the recordings. I don't promote the recordings afterwards. So anyway, I spent a lot of time talking about it. I know a few of you have signed up already. I believe very strongly in it, y'all. I think for less than $100, I think it can make a huge difference in your business next year. I think it's one of the best returns on investment that you could possibly have. And even if you've got a business plan, the way that I do this whole workshop and the vision plan is going to help you with your mindset as well as your strategies and your tactics, and it's the full package. Go sign up for it is all I can tell you. So all right, with that said, let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks, and then we'll jump in and get started. I'm going to throw a question of the day up on the screen. Are you a cat person or a dog person or something else? Let me know in the comments. Curious what you guys are. Are you a cat person or a dog person? I know many of you know I am a cat person. Doesn't mean I don't love me some dogs. However, I do love my cats. I got George and Sophia here in the barn cats, the mascots. So Bill Stevens, good morning. Yasmin Martin, good morning. Will Patterson, Brandy Brickler, Mallory Footiato, it's great to have all of you here. Mike Tebow, Randy Tickle, giddy up, sir. Vicky McSweeney and Deb Dickinson, good morning. Nicole Semrad, Megan Bassell, Mike Brown, Angela Walters, Ron Siegel, happy Hanukkah, my friend. Day 4 of Hanukkah, if I'm correct, I believe. And Leroy Romero, good morning. Carmen Amoendo, good morning. Michael Scott Love, great to have you here as well. Wondering where my man Zane is, and Angela Walters. Where's Amy and Zane? tell them I missed them today. So I don't see them. But y'all tell me if you are a cat person or a dog person. I'm going to jump in and tell you about the markets and what we can expect today. So let me pull up Presentify so I can go ahead and give you some nice little things on here. So take a look. We're down here. We're looking at the 48-hour chart. Everything in front of this dotted line right here this is yesterday, all of over here, and everything on this side is today. So looking yesterday, you could see here early in the day when you see mortgage bonds spike up and then drop down and then kind of come back. That early volatility was all due to yesterday's BLS jobs data. That jobs data, just to kind of recap on that and give you a little bit of a recap. Let me pull up my notes here, give you a quick recap on yesterday. We saw that early volatility with the jobs data, but then things settled down for the rest of the day, and it really was quiet. A handful of lenders did reprice better yesterday. Generally, those are the ones that either reprice, anytime a mouse farts, or they're the ones that that priced early, kind of before 10 a.m. And here, I'll show it to you on the screen here. And if they priced, before 10:15, some of them kind of were caught up right here as bonds were improving, but not really kind of where they were through the day. And then through the rest of the day, we kind of ended the day here in that same level as where we're here. Take a look at rate sheets today. You're going to see very similar to yesterday. There's not really much of a reason to expect them to be much different. If we take a look at yesterday, 6.27, kind of right in the middle of that range. The lowest we generally get down to, we've arguably seen 6.13. That was right here before the one Fed meeting, right? But generally, we're right here. You could see it right here. That's about where we are. This is our high point. This is we're going to average this as our low point here. And so we're kind of right in the middle. You really can see, based on this visual, we're right in the middle right here. So you're going to see pricing. It's about the same as yesterday and pretty much in the middle of the range. Reprice risk on the day is low. Not really expecting any movement today. Nothing that we have. We got a 20-year Treasury auction this afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Markets don't care about that. It's not going to make a difference at all. We got tomorrow's inflation data coming, the CPI inflation data. That gets a lot of press, but I don't think markets are going to care about that either. We have been talking about this week, the buildup to this week with that jobs data, the inflation data, as being, the potential to push rates lower. Not really seeing it. So yesterday's reaction, not that strong. And I don't think today's reaction is going to be either. Like I said, on the calendar today, we got the 20-year Treasury auction at 1 p.m., but that's a total non-event. By the way, while we're talking about calendar, let me go ahead and show you. There is no CPI inflation data. PCE inflation data coming out this week. If I take a look here at Mortgage News Daily, and again, I'm not throwing shade. We're just trying to be accurate and give you information. There was, the Yahoo Finance Calendar and MBS Live both had reported that we were going to have that PCE inflation data on Friday. And I was very confused by that. And I told you that was going to likely be the trimmed data, which is not something we generally talk about. And it's not something I even knew existed before we actually started going here. But when we take a look at this data here, they did remove it from here, which shows me that that it has been clarified. There is no PCE data coming out on Friday. And in fact, if we take a look at their website for the BEA, it's kind of a unique one. Let me, I'm going to move this so that you guys can, so it all lines up. If we take a look here, they say that the next release is going to be December 23rd, 2025. That's next Tuesday. And it's going to be an update of July, August, and September data. So that is I think that's the GDP quarterly data that comes out. And in fact, if we take a look at the economic calendar for next week, and we see that on Tuesday, it talks about the PCE here it is, the core PCE prices quarter over quarter Q3, and I think that's what that's actually referencing. So it's not the regular PCE report for sure. That's just the update of the quarter. So that is the next release. And as far as when the date is for the next actual PCE report, I don't see that printed anywhere. So, but just wanted to clarify that there is none. And of course, tomorrow we have that CPI inflation data. I don't think it's going to be a big market mover. I don't think it's going to move expectations of where the Fed is. In order to see any kind of movement in rates, where no matter what's going to cause it, whether it's the cause or whether it's just congruent, we would need to see expectations of a Fed rate cut. We would need to see these in January. We need to see this rise. And right now it's been right around 0.25%, generally around 75% expectation that rates will stay exactly where they're at right now in the range between 3.5 and 3.75. And there's really no expectation here. Markets are pricing in the idea that next year we'll see 2 Fed rate cuts by the end of the year. So that basically 3.5 would be right here. This is still the overwhelming favorite that there'd be 2 rate cuts, but there is a lot. I mean, look at this. You're talking about 25, 37, about a 40% expectation that we could see more than that. But this far out, you can't put too much stock in that. It's really, it's just kind of betting. But this is Fed futures right now, expectations that we'll see about 2 rate cuts. There's actually a pretty strong following that we would only see 1 rate cut, which we'll see. We will see. So I don't think we're going to see, guys, rates aren't the rate outlook. Rates don't appear likely to move much one way or the other. It's really, despite this being a big week for the data, we were looking for more of a move. We were looking for the CPI data to be a big deal after the jobs data. So far, the jobs data, mainly a bust. I mean, we were up 9 basis points yesterday, which is really not anything to get excited about. It was, just a normal. You look at mortgage-backed securities, we're right there in that range. And we do have some technical support with this red 50-day moving average right here. Yesterday, bonds started at that level and then improved. When you see a green candlestick like this, the body of that green candlestick, we started at the bottom and improved on the top. When it's a red candlestick, we're starting at the top and falling to the bottom. So a day like this, where it falls and you see right here, it touched and then came back, that's actually when we see it acting as support. For here, it would have been resistance the day before because we improved up to, see how with this mortgage candlestick here, we improved up to the line. And then the next day it broke through and kept going. So this 50-day moving average has really not been a strong level either way. It arguably was resistance here. The next day we broke it. The next day we were below it. I mean, but we're staying right there within that range. And that's very much where we are here. Looking at the 10-year treasury yield right now, it's at 4.16. We want to watch 4.18. 4.18, if we were to draw a bit of a line here, that's a terrible line. 4.18 is right about here. And we're kind of watching that level, arguably 4.20 as well. But 4.18 is a good line in the sand. And as long as we're below that, I think we're in a good spot. So we'll keep an eye on that 10-year treasury yield. As far as lock advice goes, it's very much the way that it has been. I'd be locking anything closing in the next couple of weeks. We're not likely to see any real issue. Again, when we look at pricing, it's a good time to lock in based on where rate sheets are at right now. Like I said, we're kind of in the middle of the range right here. So by being in the middle of the range, it's not a bad time to lock those loans in. We could get a little bit better tomorrow if we see signs of weaker inflation than what was expected, but you're not going to see any real big improvement tomorrow. We're not going to see some kind of super rally. I don't think you even see enough movement to see rates improve. You just see pricing improve. And if inflation comes in higher than expected, then we'll probably lose a little bit of ground. And the same thing applies. So Ron Siegel said, let's look at your comments now. Good morning, Carolina Small, Paul George, GJ McDonald, Jerry Avila, Bobby Searson. Great to have all of you here. Let me know your answer to the question of the day. Are you a dog or a cat person or something else? Ron Siegel pointed out more BS data from the BLS, 413 jobs added in October due to the birth death model. Come on, get real and just plug in ADP data. More revisions on the way. Yeah, there's a lot of revisions. And we also know this data is going to be even more corrupted or inaccurate than usual because of the fact that they weren't working during the government shutdown. So we'll see even more of that. Tebow's allergic to cats, so he's definitely a dog guy. Bill Stevens is a dog guy. Oh, it's funny. Look at the dog emoji on my one thing and then what it gives me over here. Allison, all pets, but 3 cats are easier to take care of. I agree, Allison. For us traveling, it's definitely there. Your wife does serve a really cool, if terribly demanding cat. And I know, Randy, of course, that you are a dog guy and training those beautiful dogs that you train. Deb Dickinson's also a dog person. There it is. AKC, breeder of merit, been hunting behind golden retrievers for 46 years. And they are beautiful, wonderful dogs too. Brandy Brickler is a dog person, but does have a cat. Mike Brown's a both. Angela Walter, dog person, cats, but deathly allergic to them. Yeah, that can be difficult. Ron Siegel is a dog person. There's Zane, Amy Blauser, and Zane. Good morning. I was looking for you. You weren't on when I said hello before. Zane, do you guys have dogs or cats? Or what is your family like? Lisa Cash is an animal person. Lisa, I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you are doing well. Happy holidays. Tim Klyla, you both, but only dogs. Tim, and you saw my video right from support about that issue with the Agent Power tip. Let me know if you saw that and if it made sense. Danielle said you did not reply, but I'm assuming that there really wasn't much of a reply needed. So we're still looking into if we need to, like what we can do to try to avoid having that kind of happen. Both, but cats are easier. Yeah. That's except for when they get stuck in the walls, right? Christy Reeser, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and they run the house. It's funny how we all love our animals. So, all right, cool. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Just wanted you to know that we weren't letting you down. So, all right, my friends. Well, again, thanks for that. Tomorrow, please join me tomorrow. We're going to talk about tomorrow we will be talking about how the CPI inflation data comes in and, kind of where we stand on that, where we will be with that. Also, if you have not signed up yet, I can't stress it enough. This is not a money play. This is, I want to make a difference in your life play. So please sign up for my vision plan workshop and complete the process. I'm part of a mastermind group called Founders Board. And when I participate in their things, I can tell you, some of the workshops are amazing. And we put a lot into this. I've refreshed it from the last couple of years. Although I'm going to take the same 3-pronged approach, which I think is a valuable approach: review, reflect, and release, where we take a look at the kind of what happened in 2025. Then we're going to plan for 2026, what you can conceive, believe, and achieve. And then the third component is going to be the actual rubber meets the road, nuts and bolts, strategies and tactics about creating an actionable plan. And what I've done this year, yesterday, I spent about an hour working with somebody to begin setting up the agent or GPT to help with the actual process. So you're going to be able to actually, during the workshop, you're going to get a link and it's going to open Chat GPT for you, and it's going to interview you. You're going to answer questions, and then it's going to give you a completed basically write your story for 2026. And I'm very proud of this because it's one thing that I think is very valuable, but not everybody completes in the workshop in the past. And I wanted to use technology and AI to help with that. So I think this is going to be a really, really awesome one. I can't stress enough that I want to see you all there. I see 30 people on here today. I hope 30 people go and sign up. If you can't make it live, it's Tuesday, December 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, or 10 a.m. on the best coast of the West Coast for Ron Siegel. And Ron is already signed up. If you can't get there live, sign up. It's the only way you can get the recordings. I do not sell recordings afterwards. I don't want to pimp the thing. It's not a money play. I would love to see you there live if possible. If you can't make it, watch the recording like you were there live, and it will be valuable. So anyway, The reason I'm spending so much time talking about this, we make a lot more money from our other products, even a $7 text alert. This is about helping you for next year. I'm very disappointed in my own results for 2025. I don't feel that Hammer Solutions, my company, that I led the company well this year. I feel like I let my team down, and that was because I did not have the proper vision for the year, and I can attribute it to not completing my process. And I think this process is so valuable for all of you. So, all right, my friends, let's see. Yeah, Ron, you guys have a lot of coyotes over there in California, right? Yeah, that's what I've heard and seen on some TV shows and stuff too. We have coyotes here, but that's why my cat comes in at night. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye bye.